One of the most important parts of a wrestling game is the roster. The gameplay itself could be super amazing, have all the features, the best modes, but if the roster is lackluster, it's not going to make for a good game, and that's what we're talking about in WWE 2K26 today. We're talking about the official roster that's confirmed as of right now, talking about the additions that might be announced later on, some legends that might come in, some rosters from TNA, from AAA, and some people that might make the cut, and also people that are going to probably miss the cut from last year's game, whether due to releases or contracts or just not going to make it into the game. As you see on the screen, we're divided into a couple of categories. I'm actually going to start off with 4 of the new characters that are officially announced for the game, and that is Blake Monroe, Miles Bourne, Ricky Saints, and Zarya. Now, all of the roster confirmations in this video are either from trailers, teasers that 2K put out themselves, where superstars are talking about who they think is going to be in the game, overall predictions, but these are all put out by 2K officially. None of this is speculation. This is all everything that 2K has themselves put out. So if you see them on this video, they are going to be in your game when you load up whenever the release date comes out. So again, Blake Monroe, Miles Bourne, Ricky Saints, and Zarya. The really cool thing about the Ricky Saints teaser was that on his video, when it said Ricky Saints, above it said the word Starks. So that makes me think that obviously that was his name in AEW, so maybe it's one of the dream matches in the CM Punk showcase was Ricky Starks and CM Punk, or Ricky Saints and CM Punk, and he has some sort of role to play in there. There's a really weird Easter egg they put in there for some reason that really wasn't ever touched upon or brought up, but that's gonna be really cool, and I'm excited for Blake Monroe. As we saw in the teaser videos and the screenshots, the Van of the Mirror, so we know she'd be in there. And honestly, out of these 4, I'm most excited for Ricky Saints and Miles Bourne and Blake Monroe. They're all great for the game, but I'm really glad they got Ricky in there. Starting off with Raw, we have superstars such as Asuka, Bayley, CM Punk, he's on the cover, Finn Balor, Grayson Waller, Io Sky, Javon Evans, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, Kofi Kingston, Logan Paul, Lyra Valkyria, Maxine Dupree, Raquel Rodriguez, Rhea Ripley, Roxanne Perez, Stephanie Vaquer, and Xavier Woods. Now, none of these additions are too shocking. They were all in the game last year. I'm just excited to have Javon Evans in the game as well. He's one of my favorite characters to play in the game, has a really cool moveset, and of course I like playing as Rhea Ripley, Roxanne Perez, and then CM Punk being the cover star should get a lot of attention as well. Going to SmackDown, we have Alexa Bliss, Angelo Dawkins, Carmelo Hayes, Charlotte Flair, Chelsea Green, Damian Priest, Lash Legend, Mitchin, Montez Ford, Nia Jax, R-Truth, Sami Zayn, The Miz, Tiffany Stratton, Trick Williams, and Zelina. Again, out of these people, I'm most excited to play as Carmelo Hayes. I just love that kind of moveset where it's high flying, has some really cool moves in there. I honestly might have a lot of Carmelo Hayes and Javon Evans in my future WWE Universe mode. In NXT, excluding the ones we already talked about, we have Ethan Page, JC Jane, Jada Parker, Lexis King, Lola Vice, Obafemi, Sean Spears, and Sol Ruka. The rumors are that we're going to have a really deep NXT roster on this game. As we said, over 400 people are supposed to be on the game, including different models of each character, like a Triple H 2003, just stuff like that. So we should have a lot of NXT superstars. So out of here so far, I love what we have. I love having Obafemi. I love all the new inclusions, like I said, like Ricky Saints, Miles Bourne, but Sean Spears, Lexis King, Ethan Page. This should all make really fun additions to the game. Now, all the legends confirmed for the game: Booker T, Bubba Ray Dudley, Chyna, Devon Dudley, Eric Bischoff, Goldberg, Hollywood Hogan, Kane, Kevin Nash, Kurt Angle, Lita, Scott Hall, Shawn Michaels, Stephanie McMahon, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Triple H, Trish Stratus, and The Undertaker. While it's always great to play as some of the modern characters, the legends are what the nostalgia's for. It's what you grew up watching, grew up playing as. So I always like having a really large legend roster, and looks like from the marketing of Attitude Era and Monday Night War, we're expected to have a really large roster. Now, going into some other main roster returns and debuts that are going to make it to the roster, hopefully, are going to be AJ Lee, JC Mateo, Rey Fenix, Rusev, and Tala Tonga. All of these have been either on the main roster since at least September or beforehand, and could be easily added to the game. We've seen teasers with AJ Lee, like on the one teaser image where it said on the VCR, it said "Let's Light It Up," and also the VHS tape said WrestlePalooza, which could allude to the CM Punk, AJ Lee, Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch mixed tag team match at WrestlePalooza. So I think she's gonna be 100% confirmed for the game. Then you have the rest of the MFT, so you have to have JC Mateo, you have to have Tala Tonga. I'm not sure if they'll have it with their face paint, because that kind of debuted a little bit, a little later than most other roster additions, so they kind of cut off at SummerSlam. So I'm not sure that the face paint in there, but I do think that Tala Tonga and JC Mateo both make the cut. Rusev, he's been here before. He's been here for months. He was here, before he went to AEW, and then Rey Fenix been here since at least WrestleMania. So I don't doubt that all these people will make the cut. If they hold any of these for DLC, that's going to be a little bit of a reach in my opinion, but all of these should make the cut on day one. Now, this is one of the most fun parts of the video. We have a possible Legends return to So they're not ones from last year coming into this year. These are about people that are under a Legends contract. They became new to this year's game. Either they were out of last year or a couple years ago, but just returning back to the franchise. And we have a roster such as Albert, Bam Bam Bigelow, Big Boss Man, Big John Studd, Bob Orton, Brandy Rhodes, Brian Knobbs, Brian Pillman, Brie Bella, Brutus Beefcake, Bushwhacker Butch, Bushwhacker Luke, Crush / Brian Adams, Demolition Axe, Demolition Smash, Don Morocco, Earthquake, Fit Finley, Greg Valentine, Hillbilly Jim, Hornswoggle, the IRS, Jacqueline, Jerry Lawler, Jerry Sags, Jim Duggan, Kamala, Kelly Kelly, King Kong Bundy, Coco Beware, Lana, Leilani Kai, Mae Young, Michael Hayes, Nikola Volkov, Papa Shango or Godfather. We have Terry Taylor, Steve Blackman, Steve Carino, and I think those two especially will be in this game. Stevie Ray, Tatanka, Ted DiBiase, Tori Wilson, Typhoon, Virgil, Viscera, and Wendy Richard. Moving on to some possible additions for NXT, we have Adriana Rizzo, Ariana Grace, Bronco Nima, Carly Bright, Cutler James, Dion Lennox, Hank Walker, Izzy Dame, Jasper Troy, Joe Hendry, and I think Joe Hendry is a lock for the roster, Carmen Petrovic, Kendall Gray, Laney Reed, Luca Cristofino, Lucian Price, Nico Vance, Osiris Griffin, Saquon Sugars, Tank Ledger, Tavion Heights, and Ren Sinclair. Moving on to the roster from TNA and AAA that I said would probably be included in this game as they want to have a focus on those organizations. We have Joe Hendry, Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy. I think those two are absolute locks. We talked about the little ladder on the teaser, probably being a CM Punk and Jeff Hardy ladder match in his showcase, so of course Hardy Bros have to be in there. Mickey James, El Hijo de Vikingo, and if he's in there, that's going to be really awesome. Lady Flamer, La Parka, and there is a couple teasers that could be for him on the teasers as well. Mr. Iguana, he's almost confirmed for the game, and Psycho Clown. Moving on to characters that were in 2K25 that will probably not be returning to 2K26 due to their contracts just being released are Akam, Andrade, Ashante the Adonis, Baron Corbin, Blair Davenport, Braun Strowman, Carlito, Carmella, Cedric Alexander, Cora Jade, Dakota Kai, Duke Hudson, Eddie Thorpe, Electra Lopez, Gigi Dolan, Giovanni Vinci, Indy Hartwell, Isla Dawn, Chikara Jackson, Joe Coffey, Carl Anderson, Karrion Cross, Katana Chance, Caden Carter, Luke Gallows, Mark Coffey, Oro Mensa, Paul Ellering, Razar, Ridge Holland, Scarlett, Shayna Baszler, Shotzi, Sonya Deville, Tegan Knox, Valhalla, Wesley, Wolfgang, and then from the DLCs, Jalen Brunson, KSI, Shaq, and Tyrese Halliburton. So as you can see, we have a lot of options for this year's roster. We have 65 confirmed, but a lot of possible additions. And with a projected total of over 400, there could be so many people. As you saw in the thumbnail, Brock Lesnar will probably make it into the game because he was a DLC from last year. Everyone's talking about Sting. Is Sting going to be in it? You can't do the Monday Night War without Sting, and I'm not sure what he's going to be in the game or not because he is under contract for AEW, but they were able to do Billy Gunn in last year's game, so I'm not sure who holds the rights to Sting like in a video game character wise, but it would be amazing if we have Sting in this year's game. But let me know in the comment section, who are you most looking forward to playing as, and then who do you think is not going to make it in the game as well? If you're new to the channel, I drop WWE videos like this all the time, so make sure you subscribe for that. Leave a like on the video, and I'll see you in the next one.